by the way, that's a purpose. But when that oxygen stops, well, the same. So the only difference is you may have 1,000 mitochondria or 5,000, depending on where it is, or as much as 10,000 mitochondria. So you have all these little hearts in the cell. You get that heart healthy on a cellular level, then everything else takes care of itself. Give it back to you, Roger.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Dan.
Make sure you get your pens and your papers.
It's all about the mitochondria
Take
here
notes.
at MoreMito. Let me tell you about yours.
Don't want to miss it.
You used to have a lot more of it than you have now, right? You remember when you were a kid, you had all that energy, you barely knew what to do with it. You ran, you jumped, you played, you recovered quickly. Well, that was when you had the most mitochondria you ever had. But through life, you tend to lose mitochondria for a lot of different reasons. Diseases you encounter along the way, medications in every category of medication that actually kill mitochondria, antibiotics, for example. Mitochondria are biotics. I put Roundup on my lawn to kill weeds. I didn't know I was killing my mitochondria too. Okay? So lots of reasons. So by the time you're 60, most of us will have lost half of our mitochondria. By the time you're 80 or 90, you'll be down to about 5 or 10%. You know what's happening while that mitochondria is going away? Your body isn't working as well, and you've noticed that. People tend to, after a point, not see as well. If you didn't wear glasses before, maybe you wear glasses now. If you wore glasses when you were a kid, you got to keep getting stronger and stronger prescriptions. You are losing mitochondria. Your strength and stamina is not the same as it was. Your brain doesn't work as well either. You might be experiencing brain fog right now, having difficulty recalling things as quickly as you did. You just think it goes along with being aging. No, it goes along with you losing a lot of mitochondria. And certainly you don't want to have a bad accident or anything like that. Your immune system doesn't work as well, and your regular systems don't work as well. The ones that manage your blood pressure, your blood sugar, your weight, all those things become more challenging. So Dr. Elliott, my partner 626, came along and said, let's reverse that. Let's grow those mitochondria, like people's health in dramatic ways like folks have never seen, and that is absolutely the case. He created this new technology. It's called XDS. It stands for Exponential Delivery System. And what that does is reorganizes the ingredients of all those things you see on our product labels so they don't just get in your bloodstream, even into your cells, but rather all the way into your mitochondria, where this magic that we talk about every week on our calls can really happen. They put all that in a product line. It's called UltraMito, and that stands for Ultra Mitochondria, and that's what Dale's going to tell you about. Dale. I got Dale muted here.
Thank you, Roger. Listen, everybody, the first product I want to mention is called Rejuvenate. It's our topical cream. It's for your skin from head to toe. You massage it into your scalp. You put it in your hair. It's for anything that disturbs your skin. That could be a scratch, a cut, a bump, a mole, a blemish, anything. And it works like it does because it doesn't just sit on your skin. It soaks through your skin, soaks down to the bone, helps with your tendons and your ligaments, your muscles and your joints, your back joints, your knees, your hands. And speaking of hands, if you or anybody you know has a condition in your hands or feet that can start as tingling and become incredibly severe, look, you're going to find that Rejuvenate becomes your go-to product for everything I just mentioned and more. There's a library of testimonials in the back office. Listen to them. It's astounding. Next, I want to talk about Restore 3.0. It's our third-generation product. And Dr. Bevan has truly created something incredible using a base of two ancient superfoods, olive oil and olive leaf, and black seed oil. They've both been used for thousands of years because of the benefits they provide to the human condition. They mention olive oil in the Bible. They found black seed when they opened King Tut's tomb. But Dr. Bevan has taken several elements and uses them in a special way. As an example, with olive oil, he takes several elements and uses them to tune up and detoxify your cells while increasing your mitochondria. Now, that's the unique thing to us. That sets us apart. Listen, that's our name, MoreMito, short for mitochondria. And Dr. Bevan found that when you can increase the mitochondria, that you've been losing it your whole life. You're lucky to have 50% in your 60s, maybe 10% in your late 70s. Look, He found that when we can take it back to a level when you were young, your body starts to work the way it used to, the way it's supposed to, the way it did before life and the environment started tearing your body down. And with waxseed, he uses that to increase the energy, but it's cellular energy. It's steady, it's strong. There's no jitters. It's not like a hit of energy that you might get from caffeine or sugar, a big hit and followed by a deep valley crash. Cellular energy is steady. Imagine being able to start and complete a task without a need to sit and rest. How about the disappearance of brain fog? Or something strenuous like a long bike ride that has a short recovery time. Cellular energy means you can live life again to its fullest on your terms without a need to sit back and watch it all pass you by. And I've only mentioned 2 of the 44 ingredients Dr. Bevan has properly blended to create Restore. Listen, the blending, the proportions are critical. Dr. Bevan will tell you if you take a handful of vitamins, you're lucky if a third of those aren't a complete waste, overpowered and canceled out by other things in that handful of vitamins. They have to be in the proper proportions. And then most important and unique to us, you need a delivery system to get them into the cells, into the mitochondria to create all this activity. So they're properly blended. Look, it takes 8 weeks to make a bottle of Restore. There's a reason. And it's the technology and the science that goes into it. Next, I want to talk about our newest product. It's called Renew, Brain and Body. It's dry. Listen, some of the things Dr. Bevan needs us to have to increase our mitochondria can't be delivered in a liquid base. They have to be delivered dry. So he created these tiny capsules that include these extra ingredients. Renew stands on the shoulders of Rejuvenate and Restore. Absolutely completes the increase of mitochondria into your body. Finally, our pets are some of the most important members of our family. The most watched videos in social media are pet videos. We love them and they suffer. If your dog has become lethargic, just lays around, if it is painfully trying to get up and down the stairs, looks like it's arthritic. If your cat is hacking up fur balls and shedding, look, animals are close to all the bad things. The chemicals we put on our rugs, the things we put on our lawn to make it grow, they're allergic to seeing things out in the world that we're allergic to, and they suffer. And you can help them. If you want to bring a dog quickly back to puppy stage, running around and being frisky, if you want your cat to heal up and become a kitten again, then increase their mitochondria. We have a product called Petlife.
Okay, we're having technical issues, guys. Bear with us a moment.
You've reached the MoreMito conference line. The call will begin in a moment.
Sorry, guys, technical issues.
The conference is in presentation mode.
Your line is muted.
This call is being recorded.
You've had underlying conditions, and I'd like you, if you would, share with us. Are you with me, Ernest?
I am. And,
Okay.
I'm tickled too because of what the product has done. I'm a veteran and I work with a veteran organization. And things have changed the last 3-4 years. I went through a battery of things, a heart attack, a stroke. I had a short blindness. They said my kidney function. And I spoke to the doctor at the VA hospital, and I said, "Doctor, you think I have 10 more years?" Not that long. I sat back on my seat and said, "Man, what am I going to do?" Musical people at the auditorium, and I was sitting outside the auditorium, and she started taking the product, and I've been taking it now for about 4 months. Excuse me. And tremendous. I had to the point where I was in dependence. My bladder was weak, and I was starting to say goodbyes to my family. You know, I said I'll be 77 this August, and I said I'd get everybody together and give them a farewell talk. But after I've been taking Restore, especially for the last 3 months, things changed drastically. I'm not wearing Depends anymore. I have good movements. I'm able to walk. I don't need a walker. I don't need a cane. And I'm even at the point where some of the people are saying, "Hey, Ernest, you're looking pretty good these days." So I'm sold on the product. And so much so, as I was telling Roger when we had our brief talk, that I ordered an extra bottle just to keep on hand in case anything happens. I have this bottle. I keep one in my car and I keep one in my bedroom. But it's been tremendous. I'm walking. I'm seeing a little better. My thinking is a little better. I'm started to remember names and whatnot. This works. It's no doubt about it. And I endorse it. And I mentioned I've never endorsed anything in my life, but this product I endorse. And I appreciate the time this evening to be able to say that. Thank you.
Well, this is great to hear you tell us about what's been happening with you. It sounds like you're at a pivotal point in your life, and we'll still help you turn it in the right direction.
Thank you.
Okay, so let me point out, particularly if you haven't been on many of our calls, what our approach to health and wellness is. We don't make any attempt to diagnose, treat, or cure diseases. We feel like we've got a higher concept. And that concept is to grow back your mitochondria and rely on what your body already knows how to do to fix you, okay? Now, that applies even if you've been very abusive towards your body, even if you, like Greg Rotelli, were about to drink yourself to death, your liver's gone bad, you got kidney failure, and the doctor's telling you, you just need to go make out a will. So let's see what happened in that situation. Greg, you were concerned about your liver. Tell us where you were with your liver before you started using Restore and how far you've come since then.
I was in the emergency room in the hospital bed for 2 months. My it's called your belly ribbon, which measures your liver output, was over 40. The doctor said I was going to die. I was in the hospital bed for 2 months. I finally got released out of the hospital, and I was real sick. I couldn't walk and couldn't think. My liver and kidneys had shut down. But after 2 months being in the hospital, then somebody introduced me to this, the original product, and I started taking over a 2-year period from not drinking and using this. My belly ribbon's gone from over 40 to under 8, which is better than normal.
What's normal, Greg? So, what
Eight is the normal number. And, a lot of it's, you got to quit drinking, but I think a lot of it's due to the combination of this and the original formula, which I've taken the subsequent formulas, that, it helps your whole system recover, your whole, body.
So what were your doctors saying about your chances of recovery, Greg, before you got on our product?
Well, when I was in the hospital, they had me do my will and everything, and pretty much said I was going to die. Or told my family.
Did they try to get you a
make
transplant?
preparations. Now, when I go back a few years later, they say I'm a miracle.
Y'all hear
But
that?
it takes time, you know. Things take time, you know.
And how about your kidneys? Apparently, you were having kidney failure issues as well.
Yeah, my kidneys are 100%.
Okay, and how far did they come from? How bad were they?
Well, they shut down too, so everything's shut down. My liver, kidneys, everything. I used to have to go in and get my bile pumped out of my because my kidneys shut down. Oh, about one time was almost 20 liters of fluid they had to pump on me, and I had to have it done twice a week. That was about 10 pounds every time they took out fluid. So
you lost 10 pounds every time they took out fluid.
Yep, because my kidneys wouldn't function. Instead of dialysis, they just pumped it out.
Okay.
With a big needle.
And do you remember what your kidney numbers were?
No.
Okay.
That was in person. It was 0.
Okay. Wow. All right.
So it wasn't a pleasant few years. So now I'm going back to work tomorrow.
Going back to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Wow.
After being on a transplant list.
Man, oh man. What
well, and a lot of it has to do with prayer and God. Don't forget that.
Absolutely. So you came from a liver transplant list. You're written off. You are a miracle. All right, Greg. Well, thank you for sharing.
Okay, you're welcome.
Did y'all hear that?
So one of the things that we've learned is that if you're going to help someone heal themselves nutritionally, you have to be concerned about more than the physical. You have to be concerned about the mental and emotional aspect too. And one of the things we're gratified to see is how much more emotionally intelligent people become when they are on this technology, right? I mean, he was being self-abusive. He was literally drinking himself to death. So if you're not capable of correcting that, you can't ultimately solve the problem. So we're happy to see that, in his case and in the case of many others, it assisted him with his addictive tendencies. Okay. All right. Now, I had a really good conversation with a couple that's a regular listener to our health and wellness call, Calvin and Edith Gilmore. So he had a series of unfortunate things that led him to be bedridden. And, really in a very dire situation. A lot of people do not survive where he was. So let's benefit from my conversation with Calvin and Edith, and we'll unpack that. Dale, mine fell down. Can you play yours, please? I'm speaking with Calvin. Calvin, what were your health concerns before you were introduced to MoreMito?
My health concern was I suffered from prostate cancer. I had neuropathy underneath my feet. And there were so many other issues. I had neuropathy going up among my legs. Like it was a sharp pain in my legs. My equilibrium was off. It was so bad I couldn't even walk. My feet were swollen before I entered into the hospital. I had a mass on my back. So I'm like bedbound. And every now and then, if he was to sit me up straight, I would move over to the other side.
Okay. So what was your kidney function before?
Well, my kidney function wasn't too good. It was pretty high. I would say probably maybe stage 3.
All right. Yeah. What, if anything, Calvin, has changed since you started using MoreMito?
Okay, what has changed, my liver levels were at the norm because I was taking 2 pills at night and in the morning. So when I saw my oncologist, he reduced it down to 1 pill at night and 1 in the morning.
So since you've been on MoreMito, that medication was reduced?
Yes, Yes, that was reduced in a matter of about, let's say, 5 months. So it has been very effective. My kidney levels as stated was as normal. So that's a blessing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And you've been using Mito how long?
I've been using Mito since last, I think maybe like May, month.
Okay. All right.
So, yeah, so the results are pretty amazing. It's just that I would need to double or triple dose on your technology. Now, the body and brain, I'm using that the other two technology.
Right.
And that would speed everything up. But I must tell you, Roger, I believe in your product. You guys will. Okay, and that's all I talk to with my wife about that. I mean, I still got a long ways to go, but I'm going to improve more. Home.
Okay, let me talk to Edith for a minute. Edith, can you come to the phone?
Uh-huh.
Give me your version of what you've seen him go through.
Well, he can urinate on his own now. That's through the product. When he came home, I started that part with the cleaning, but now he's able to lift the right leg up a little bit.
Okay, so walk with him.
Well, he can't walk yet. He still is in the bed.
Still bedridden.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So you have not been able to test his balance because he's not really able to be ambulatory at all?
Right.
But you all seem pretty happy about his progress. What has stood out to you the most, even about his recovery since being on Mito?
Well, I'm happy now that he's no longer on the catheter anymore. That's a good sign from the product. And while he rubbed his legs down, I saw the movement in his legs.
So basically, he was in there, it sounds like he's kind of paralyzed, like he couldn't move his legs.
Correct.
And so he's gone from being bedridden and not being able to move his legs to begin to get movement in his legs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And how long was he laying in bed like that when he couldn't move his legs?
Oh, it's been over a year. And I think last month, the right leg lifted up.
Okay.
I was stuffy about for a couple of days, so I told him and it worked.
Okay.
I
So
request
hopefully we don't have any more technical
my doctor to
difficulties.
provide me some IV, some intravenous fluids, because I had stopped drinking for 8, 9, 10 days. And the doctor said, well, before we do that, we need to know more about what's going on. He ordered some labs. The labs came back and they were so bad, he said, this can't be right. And he sent them back to the labs to reevaluate. That's how bad my labs were.
What were they saying?
Well, the highlight was that my kidney function, my GFR was at 3%.
Okay.
And the doctor was like, he should be in somebody's intensive care. It's not in a pine box. You know, 3% kidney function is not, you're on your way out.
Yes.
Real fast. Real fast. Like I said, the labs were so bad he couldn't believe it. And I've known this doctor for a number of years. He knows me. People know me. My reputation is generally a very healthy person.
Right.
Now, I'm an American. I eat an American diet, so you can only be so healthy.
Right. So, Charles, what subsequently happened?
I was admitted to the hospital. I stayed in the hospital for, how long, like a week?
Yeah.
I was in the hospital for a week. By this time, I haven't taken any brain and body for myself. We'd only used it for my son's allergy.
When was that in relationship to when you started with Mito?
I went into the hospital May 2nd. I think I got out, must have been May 9th. When I went into the hospital, my kidney function was 3%. When I got out, it was 36%, which is stage 3B, close to stage 4 failure.
Yes.
And they wanted to put me on dialysis. Thanks to my wife, she wouldn't allow them to do it. And they treated me that entire week, Roger, with no drugs per se. They treated me with vitamin B, vitamin D,
in an intravenous baking soda solution.
What was the status of that kidney issue right before you started on Mito?
Before I started on Mito, I was in stage 3B kidney failure.
Okay.
With about a 36 GFR, and my creatinine was 2.8.
Okay.
Okay, that's what he was
I
before he
got out
got
of
on
the
this.
hospital, signed me up for the product.
64 years old.
Okay, here's my specific question. Okay, let's just what if anything changed about your kidney health?
Since I started using my from a 36 GFR to a 44. That was over about 3 weeks. And stage 3B to stage 3A and almost to stage 2. Stage 2.
That's
And my creatinine from 2.8 to 1.8, which is significant. That's a big improvement.
all right. Well, so this is Mick. Your entire family has just had dramatic improvements.
We have. In this household, yes, it has helped each one of us.
Okay.
And not just helped us, but quite dramatically and in a relatively short period of time.
Yeah. So let's talk about your kidney measurements a little bit. When they talk about GFR, that is an overall measurement. Granular filtration rate is what that stands for. It's a calculation of how your kidneys are filtering things out. It goes from 100% down to about 15, which you got stage 4. Every one of them getting worse and worse. So when he had that initial episode, his kidneys had almost shut down, just like you were hearing from Greg Rotelli a little bit earlier. It was truly life-threatening. So how do you overcome that and make sure you don't go back there? You regrow your mitochondria. You do that, and now your body can fix itself faster than it's breaking down.
That's right.
Okay, well that's the idea. That's why the regulars on the call already know this. They hear these stories over and over again. This is why you hear them, because that's what's really happening, as opposed to, responding to an advertisement or a fad that's supposed to help. Yeah, everything helps. But if you're going to fix yourself, you got to regrow that mitochondria in some dramatic fashion. Okay. Star 5 on your phone if you've got a question or a comment.
This is what we suggest.
Everything that we talk about with respect to people also applies to pets. You've had pets that have kidney and liver failure also.
That's right. That's what your pets need.
We look forward to hearing from our partner in Ireland, Mick. I don't know if Mick is with us. I don't see him, Dale. Is Mick there?
I'm looking for him.
Okay.
I'm here. I got him. Okay, Mick.
Okay.
Go ahead, Roger. I've unmuted Mick.
Hey guys, how you doing? Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, go ahead.
An amazing call, Roger. Again, as always, how do you do it? Listening to these calls, it just, it just takes my breath away sometimes. But again, listen, look, my name is Mick McQuillan. And of course, as Roger was saying, my wife Kate and I, we have this amazing business called Pets Ireland. Now, that business is Ireland's largest, most recommended, most trusted in-home pet care company, probably Europe's largest independently owned in-home pet care company. And what it does is it helps pet owners feel better about something that makes them feel bad. And that's the way I was feeling when my dog, Coco, she could barely get up the stairs. Oh my God, it was so hard to watch. I was feeling bad. I wonder what she was feeling like. So we were looking for something. And we found Roger and Dr. Bevin, and that's where the story begins. We reached out. They sent us this little care package. We gave it to Coco. And at 5 o'clock that same evening, she ran up the stairs. Incredible. Now, one of the stories that you heard here today was, a guy was saying it doesn't happen overnight. Now, for me, it didn't happen overnight. It happened on the same day with my dog. But you know what? It doesn't happen overnight. It's going to take time. It's going to happen over time. So you got to be deliberate in what you're doing. I use it myself, and it makes a difference. I'm going to be like you, Ernest. I'm going to have balls everywhere. I'm going to have one in the car, one in the office, one at home in the bathroom. Incredible. I love this stuff. And the truth is, our dogs and our cats and our pets, they do suffer, as Dale was talking about, with allergies and different things, and they get sick. We have a customer, in Cyprus, whose dog, was diagnosed with kidney failure. And, she rang us up, we had a conversation. She was skeptical. Of course you're going to be skeptical. Why wouldn't you be? And we explained, a little bit about the product, how it worked, and I used all of, Roger's phrases, like it's a high-tech salad dressing. All you can do is mix it with your dog's DNA and see what happens. Talked about what Dale says and, how, the products come with a 100% empty bottle, 30-day guarantee. And, and the lady decided to try the product. And 3 months later, her blood work for her dog. Now, her dog was a boxer, 11-year-old boxer, which is a great age for a dog, right? Diagnosed with kidney failure. 3 months later, the blood work came back as clear. She was ecstatic. She was so happy. Her dog is running and jumping on the beach and in the water and everything else. And that's why I love this product, because it does exactly, what my company does. It helps pet owners feel better about something that makes them feel bad. And that's why we love this product so much, because it does exactly that. Like I always say, to customers, it's always the people that have the feelings. It's never the pets. And it is the people. We do feel bad about something. And if you're feeling bad about something with your pet and you're here for the first time and you're hearing these stories about what's happening for these people, imagine how it can make you feel if you give it to your pet and it makes your pet feel better. You're going to feel better too, just like I did. And we all want better. That's all what we all want better. We want better health, better physical health, better mental health, better spiritual health even. I don't know what you want, but you can find it right here. Give these products a try. Get back to that person who encouraged you onto this call if you're here brand new, and ask them what your next steps are. What is your next step, if any? And they'll be able to help you out. They'll be able to lead the way for you and show you what to do, show you how to do it. And I was listening to Dr. Dan, what Dr. Dan was saying earlier on, Roger, and I heard an interesting that 1 orange you would have to eat oranges today to get the same vitamin C from 1 orange that you would have got in the 60s. How mad is that? And these products absolutely are able to supplement, your health journey. And I would encourage you to hand it back to you. Amazing.
I talk about stuff on how you can get the product.
Long time.
But if
we
somebody
love
else
this product. We love being connected with this company. I love being on these calls.
If not, you see
I just love hearing these stories and of people's magnificent journeys, and that's what they are. But you've got to believe, in yourself. You've got to believe in the product, and you've got to be consistent. You've got to be persistent. You've got to try it and take it. Like it's not like a lot of personal development books that people buy. They stick them on the shelf. They never read them. They never use them. They're just shelf help. You can't buy this book and leave it on the shelf and not use it. You've got to use it and be deliberate in how you do it. After listening to some of these stories, I'm going to stay taking it twice a day. Oh my God, incredible! Thank you, Roger.
All right, thank you, Mick. Mick and Kate's doing an amazing job.
Everybody that hears this needs to get theirs now.
Okay, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back to Dr. Dan just briefly. Dr. Dan, you know that when someone has a life-threatening situation, everybody's trying to give them advice. You ought to try this. You ought to do right. You ought to do that. So I need you to cut to the chase and help these people out who are going to be confronted with all this confusion. What sets us apart from everything else they're going to hear about? What is the most important thing? Tell me that.
Cellular restoration on the simplest level, and that starts with the mitochondria and how many mitochondria you have per cell. A couch potato may have a couple hundred in a muscle cell, or let's say maybe, and an athlete may have 1,000, 2,000. So if you build up the mitochondria, then the cell becomes energized, and the healing process that's necessary to take place takes energy. And so the cell starts taking care of itself. And then when the cell takes care of itself, then the body takes care of itself. And that's why we see the turnarounds going on. Now, there's other things going on here, too. Like the people with the kidney problems, that black seed oil and olive oil not only are, great because the black seed increases oxygen to the cell and all that, they actually help make the tubulars and the blood vessels to the kidneys flexible again, help move things out so they're not clogged up. And that's very, very important. That's why we're seeing some of the miracles on the kidneys on top of the restoration of the mitochondria and the increasing of the mitochondria. Remember, you'll hear companies say, "Oh, we help the mitochondria," and they may get a little energy. They don't dramatically increase the mitochondria cells, and that's what we do. And that's like a person aging. It normally goes down. We push it back the other way. But I'm on my stationary bike. Okay.
I hear the doctor's working out too.
Does regrow mitochondria, right? Taco Bell put out a sign today saying, "Come here and eat this mitochondria chalupa," and they wouldn't be wrong, because all mitochondria do is take oxygen out of air you breathe, nutrients out of food you eat, and through the electron transport chain turns it into more ATP. That's what it does, okay? But that's not regrowing your mitochondria, which is what you have to do given how much you've lost. You heard the statistic. By the time you're 60, you're down to lost half of it. By the time you're 80 and 90, you're down to 5 or 10%. That has to change in a dramatic fashion. You can't make that change if you're not growing it back, because we are. That's why you hear all these stories about us. So bear that in mind when you're talking to people who have, all this information being pushed at them, try this, do that, it's good for blah, 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 right? If it's not good for regrowing mitochondria, you have not put yourself in the best position to recover from a death diagnosis or anything else.
This is how you regrow your mitochondria.
Del Bonet
Get
with
these
the commercial.
products. They're all natural. It's actually considered
Thank you,
food.
Roger. Listen, everybody, you get these incredible products at MoreMito.com, MoreMito.com, then a / type in your username and hit enter. You're going to be at your website now. You know it's your site because your name's at the top of the page. So is your phone number. So is your email. And that's where you send people after you've initially told them about these incredible products and what can happen. When they go there, they can read the labels that are on the bottles. They can read the ingredient list in each product. They can read about XDS. They can listen to some selected testimonials. They can purchase from you, and that's what it's all about. Let's let people know these products exist, and let's see what happens when they're combined with their DNA. But listen, we've created a one-of-a-kind product line for you. There's nothing like these products, and you're the one that it tells the world about it. Well, listen, we created a one-of-a-kind company to support what you do. They can join from your website, top right, the button says join. When they join us, there's no fee to join MoreMito. There's no monthly fee to be here. We don't force people to do auto ships. We don't make you buy product to be here. And if you decide to participate in our compensation plan, and you should, it's phenomenal. Listen, you're going to find that we're not like anything you've ever seen before. We don't pay compensation once a month or once a week or once a day. When a purchase happens, once you're a verified member with us, you verified your phone and your email, we know you're real. Once a purchase happens, your compensation is in your back office to use. If you join as a referring customer, you've got Mito Cash. Use it to buy product, pay for shipping, send it to other people. Or you can upgrade. Guess what that costs? Nothing. It's free. You can upgrade to a paid rep and now get cash. You can activate the new worldwide ACH plan, the Stripe connectivity, which is just secure and phenomenal and fast, and get it sent into your bank account. You can also send it to PayPal, to Venmo, even the old-fashioned ACH. We want you to have the compensation because of you. People are changing their lives, and we reward you for that. So listen, we've got a tremendous support team. You call the phone number at the bottom right of your website, 509-593-3300. You're going to speak to a human being. How rare is that instead of just emails? And if you get a message machine, the humans are busy talking to other people. Leave a message. You're going to get a call back. And even if you just call in and hang up, we see it. Every call is recorded. We know you're trying to reach us. So just stay at it. We're here to help you. And that's with any questions you've got. How to join, how to get an order. We'll take your order. Questions about compensation or hierarchy. We've got a tremendously trained staff to do support for you. And so listen, let's review. We've created a one-of-a-kind product. There's nothing like it. It's not me too. It's not, geez, should I use yours or some? There is nobody else. It's the UltraMito line is the only one. We created the product. We did the company. We've done it all. The thing we can't do. And that's where you come in. You got to tell people. Don't keep this secret. You've been given a gift of knowledge, in my opinion, and you need to share it. Let people know. Go change some lives, and you can change pocketbooks at the same time. Roger, if I left anything out, you let me know. I'm going to turn it back to you.
You did great, Dale. So let me give a quick recap of you who may have gotten on the call late,
Will be
but
in the
still wondering what
description
we're
after
talking
we
about.
finish this episode.
You've got a unique approach to
on
health
how
and
you get
wellness. We
yours.
regrow mitochondria.
My
That makes your
website
body
is
work better. You've been losing it all your life. We put it back.
MoreMito.com/S-Alford.
Now,
That's S-A-L-F-O-R-D.
we to do that, Dr. Elliott, our scientist, had to create this unique technology. It's called XDS, stands for Exponential Delivery System. It transforms the ingredients that you see on all of our labels, so they don't just get in your bloodstream on the cell. They got to get all the way in your mitochondria, which produces that energy and controls every major function that takes place in your body. Okay? Now, we put this technology in three product lines, three principal products that I'm going to tell you about. One's called Restore. Restore is an oil. It's got two amazing super things. Black oil been used for decades. Been used as predating biblical periods, right? Now, the focus of this is to regrow your mitochondria with some of those ingredients, and then the total of 44 ingredients on that label altogether gives us a chance to touch and support every one of your organ systems, your heart, your brain, your eyes, your okay? Then there's Renew Brain and Body. Now, the body part of brain and body is a different way to regrow mitochondria, because the way you have to do this is to use things that are scattered throughout nature. You can't find it in one place. So we can't have one pill or one capsule or whatever. We've got to use various things. So brain and body is a capsule. Again, the body part's a different way to approach mitochondrial growth, different than Restore. And then the brain part is we put extra ingredients in there for the brain. If you have long-term anything, it's probably damaging your brain in some degree. We want to help you fix that. Then we have this amazing topical gel. It's called Rejuvenate. It's highly recommended for anything that affects your hair, your scalp, or your skin, any place on your body, right? If it makes you ache or hurt, or there's something on your skin that doesn't belong there, you should use this stuff. It penetrates all the way to the bone. And you can put the Restore in it, shake it up, right? And it has novel uses. You heard one of the interviews I played, the person took it and put it up their nose. Angel used that on the Rutledge's son, who had 17 years worth of allergies, and it stopped within minutes, okay? So we get amazing results like that. Sometimes takes longer, of course, okay? So these three products, including one for pets, a pet version of Restore, actually make all this happen, okay? So that's what we've been talking about. Now, maybe you've got a particular health concern, or maybe you don't. Maybe you just want to be as healthy as you can possibly be. Either way, we are confident, based on our experience, that mitochondria is going to have a lot to do with that. Now, also, more people need to hear what you've been hearing today, indeed on every one of our health and wellness calls. We've created a risk-free opportunity to encourage people to spread that word. So if any of what we're saying today resonates with you, by all means, affiliate with us and let's see what we can do together. Whether your interest is just to earn some extra so you can pay for your product, maybe you want to do other things, or maybe you're a professional marketer, okay, and you'd like to come over here where you can earn so much more for a customer than you ever have. We can have that conversation, because that's exactly what happened, okay? So whatever your ambition may be, or maybe you just want to help people, and I hope that's the case with everybody. This is the best way we've ever seen anybody do it. And again, if it appeals to you, if it resonates with you, by all means, get back with the person that invited you, affiliate with us, and let's see what we can do together. Okay, so we got hands, *5 on your phone if you haven't already. if you've got a question or comment. Dale, why don't we start with Talib from Illinois, Mohammed Talib.
All right.
Question and answer time.
Mohammed Talib, go ahead. I've unmuted you.
Okay. I was listening. I was invited to this by Sister Denise Muhammad, and I've heard quite a bit here that have really perked my ears. And I have been diagnosed with diabetes and prostate cancer, and they list a couple other things. I just stopped listening so much. And ever since I've been diagnosed, that I didn't really believe I had the diabetes, but I see I have all the symptoms in a big way. But the cancer, I've been under the doctor for the last doctor for 2 years. And I don't see any changes at all. And it has affected me, whereas it's like I'm a prisoner at home, can't go any place. Hey, I learned when I was in school, that was about it. And you were talking about restoring it, regrowing it, and can it actually be a solution to the problems I have with cancer, diabetes, and well, that's it basically right there.
Anything,
and
any health condition.
And if so,
get your mitochondria strong.
How do I get my hands on this product and go from there? And another thing, that in the last couple of years, I've taken so much stuff, listened to so many people, and the people laugh, you know, because I've worked 6 months supply here, 3 months supply there, and I be spending, and I'm giving it time to work. I should see some kind of result, and I didn't see anything. Just stuff that
So let me respond. Let me respond. Okay, so that's why I made that last comment I made and had Dr. Dan come back. You get cancer, you get kidney failure. Everybody's pushing all this stuff at you. So how do you decide what's the most important thing? How do you sort through it, okay? What differentiates everything? And we're telling you it's regrowing mitochondria, and that's what ours does that no one else does, okay? And you heard on this call, Calvin and Eda Gilmore, you got prostate cancer? I mean, prostate cancer is an epidemic in the African-American community. If you don't have it, you know somebody that does, okay?
Or somebody that had it.
Here's the part that we didn't know. Your body kills cancer every day. If you got 40 trillion cells, you're generating about 10,000 new cancer cells. They call them microcancers because they haven't grown big enough to be noticeable to you yet in your body. 10,000 a day. So when I learned that, I said, wow, our immune system is amazing. It's amazing that all of us haven't had cancer because that's what's happening with it. But as our mitochondrial energy wanes, those killer cells that hunt and take out these cancers have a harder time doing it. So all we're doing is empowering them, right? Like when you were young, you notice that more older people have cancer than younger people do. Have you noticed that? Have you?
Am I still muted?
Yeah, you're unmuted. Have you noticed that more older people have cancer than younger people do?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, well, that's because they got more mitochondria than older people do. All right? So we tip things back in your favor by restoring that mitochondria. And it doesn't matter what the health condition is. All of them require energy. For more detail, if you want to have a more detailed conversation offline, you can do that. Contact me on extension 6 on the customer service number you can find on the bottom of every MoreMito
Sorry
webpage.
for the little bit
Okay,
of
or
the in
just
and
call
out again.
customer
I'm
service.
trying a new internet
All right?
service. And
Okay, so I can get the webpage from whom?
You can get it from the person who invited you. You can order the products there. That person has a username. Here's your website.
Again, my
To
apologies.
reach the MoreMito conference line, the call will begin in a moment.
The conference is in
Sorry,
presentation
a lot of
mode.
technical
Your
issues
line is
today from trying a
muted.
new service.
This call is being recorded.
All right.
Okay, we're back.
Okay, Dale. Let's see who we're gonna talk to now. How about Lois Tillery?
Basically, what he was saying.
All right, Lois, I've
that referred
unmuted you. Go ahead with your question.
On getting the product.
Hello?
That's what the guy was wanting to know, how to get the
Good
product.
morning. Good afternoon,
If
actually.
you refer by myself
Yes,
or because
you're all
of my
amazing.
show,
I am.
it's going to be in the
well, over
description
30
after
years.
this.
So I
after
thank
this
God
call.
for.
If you're watching a replay, then it's down in the description.
We've been doing some great things through the help of the Lord and Holy Spirit, some natural things. But this really has doubled and tripled so much success with our loved ones and families and colleagues. And said, "Come on, Tiller, you need to come on, jump in." So which I did around the end of that last year. And then I had a little bout with my kidneys started plummeting with some cute things going on with, we had a lot of things like that, which I should know better. But, from usually having GFRs of 120s, between 120s and 130s for years and years and decades, then dropped to 60. I said, okay, and that's what we have to do. When we go back and forth, do our little doctor's visits, just, ask, when you ask how's my labs doing, and they say, oh, for years and decades, oh, you're fine, 5.2 or 4.7 and 4.8, whatever of the A1Cs, things like that. But what I'm saying, I wasn't always asking for the numbers. So the few decades, I said, okay, you're doing fine. I'll see you next year. You're doing fine. I said, so then I started asking the last 3 years, what's my D number, right? He said, oh, you're fine, just walk in the sun more. You don't have any
doctors
issues where they're going to pay for your D level, so just go ahead and walk in the sun. I said, well, no, I need my D levels. What was my last level? And they said, they checked, no D levels at all for me, and I was 68 at that point. I'm 72 now, and no D history. And you're saying that, and we know that, as wellness specialists, that over the last few years, how people that died with COVID, over 90% of them had D deficiencies, and they probably didn't know, which would be an easy fix, especially with MoreMito, of course, would have been an easy fix. So it came back. I said, our family takes D. Yes, we do. Yes, for years. Came back 7. I said, Steve, well, that's why you shouldn't tell your clients to go walk in the sun, because you didn't have a number for me. So ask for the numbers, first of all, and then
sometimes you have to ask
130s, 120s, 130s,
volunteer
whatever, for years and decades. So when it plummeted, I had that acute whatever dehydration. I wasn't doing the best in my water zone. It just plummeted, and said, okay, we can't go lower than this. It's nobody's machine. I'm not going to be on anybody's machine. We know better. The Lord can do better for us. So we were able to take the Mito. I was doing the brain and body first, and then I said, let me just step it up to the brain and body bundle. And then,
the brain and body bundle.
But then I guess within a few weeks, the doctor said, okay, let's check it again. And so they're back in the 90s and close to the hundreds. My kidney numbers came up, and we just thank God for, got to have a healthy lifestyle in Christ, of course, spiritually, like you said, mentally, emotionally, spiritual, of course. He's the healer, but he wants us to do wise things, which is to take MoreMito and things like that. So we're thankful for that. The bundle is great. Yes, you might think you can, run a mile every day and eat your salad, whatever, but you need to check your numbers, because you're probably depleted in the D levels, and even though you do some healthy things, you still ask for the numbers, right? Ask for the numbers. So when they see that you're taking a ton of Ds and you're still like 8 or 10 coming back, or 20, you're deficient, and yes, you need to. And of course, you need to take MoreMito, but you got to know where you are, so you can see from A to Z, where you come from. So we thank God for you guys, and we thank God for MoreMito. And the bundle was really just amazing to me.
Thank you, Lois. We really appreciate that.
God bless you. God bless you so much.
Lois.
Now I heard y'all. I
Take-
hope
Take,
y'all
take
really
charge of
listened
your own.
to
Take charge of
Lois.
your own health.
She had to
What
ask
we're
her
doing is
doctor some
making
questions because
your
they wasn't giving her all the information.
nutrient
Sometimes
utilization
you
more
have to
efficient,
open your
helping fix
mouth
your
and
gut, 'cause
ask.
it all requires getting mitochondria. Okay, and by the way, I will be in Hosky, North Carolina on September 20th with the board. That week is Prostate Cancer Awareness Week. So I will be there on September 20th in Hosky, North Carolina. The 20th is a Saturday. On Thursday, which is the 18th, is when I'll be in Hosky. I will be in Williamston, North Carolina on the 20th with Sam Slade and his sister there with the homecoming for E.J. Hayes High School. 50 years they've been doing that. So we'll be there on that occasion. So if you're living in that area, Hosky or Williamston, that's where we'll be on the 18th and the 20th of September. And just coincidentally, I grew up in the counties between those two, so those are well known to me. It's great to be going back home. All right. Let's hear from Helen Simmons.
So if y'all are in that area, know somebody in that area, you can get with us and we can tell you how, where exactly he's going to be, so y'all can go and you can actually meet him and get some more health knowledge. Remember,
Houston,
knowledge is power.
One,
you need that power, right?
I'm sorry. I just had a question about, I have a relative that's been on dialysis for about 8 years. And a friend of mine sent this information to me, and I am just wondering, is there hope of taking the Mito that he would be able to get off the dialysis?
We have had people come off of dialysis. So far, there have been people who haven't been on dialysis that long, okay? But everybody improves. Obviously, the longer you've been on, the more work your body's going to have to do to bring you back, okay? But you'll get immediate results in terms of how you feel. If you listen to a call, you're going to hear people who are on dialysis, and instead of going home and lying down, which is what just about everybody on dialysis does, they go out and work another job or do whatever else they want to do. So the quality of life is clearly going to improve.
They can get on this and do that.
And over time, we'll see if that individual can actually come all the way out or not. Okay?
Y'all go on the Health the Web Show with Stephanie and listen to on the diabetes and dialysis. Listen to Miss Irma G. Myers. I personally know
Regina
her.
Kamara,
she came off of dialysis.
Twin Cities, Minnesota, to call it these days.
There's a couple of episodes.
Yeah, Regina, I've unmuted you. Go ahead with your question.
Hi, Roger. This is Regina. Hello to all of y'all.
Yes.
I'm calling about my sister. She has Alzheimer's and dementia. Will Mito, and she has no mobility, and we're wondering if she has ALS, and wondering would this product help her, and she is bedbound with this work.
It will help her because regrowing mitochondria helps everybody with everything. And it will particularly help people with that kind of concern because your brain is one of the top 3 organs that require and rely on high concentrations of mitochondria. Okay? If you can go back in a call list. Are you already affiliated with us?
Yes.
Okay, in your back office, under announcements, you can click on that link that says listen to previous calls. And you can go back to, like, the last call we did was called Reboot Your Brain. Go look for that call. You hear many instances of people who had dementia or had Alzheimer's, all those kinds
playlist, and we have it on there as well.
Neurological situations that improve. So yeah, I would absolutely put my relative on it without question.
Okay. And also, Roger, I want to ask, she got, what is that thing? Sheet problems. I can't think of the name of it right now.
I missed that word. She had what kind of problem?
She said,
diabetic problems with her feet.
She said seeing problems. That's what I thought she said.
Okay. So, you take the Restore, put some Rejuvenate in it. I said that backwards. Take some Rejuvenate, put some Restore in it, shake it up, massage those feet. But view this as a circulation issue. So the exercise, massaging, everything is very, very important. Okay? So if you'll do that, all those things, you can go on the internet and look up circulation exercise for feet and legs, and you'll see all kinds of doctors and therapists and everything showing you how to do all those manipulations that will increase that circulation. So use our product, put it into work, okay? And you can have much better results.
Okay.
Everybody needs it because everybody has mitochondria.
Fantastic.
This is not like other products.
All right, Jimmy Lane.
This is building your mitochondria. Your body can fix itself from anything.
All right, Jimmy Lane, I've unmuted you. Go ahead with your question.
Hey, Roger, can you hear me okay?
Quite well. Go ahead, Jimmy.
Okay, I'm Jimmy from Alabama, and if any of you have been in this program and on these calls, say a year and a half, you've probably heard me and my story, but for everybody that's new, today's call, it just shocked me because I'm living proof with my wife that what he's talking about is true. I'll give you, I guess, the short version. My wife has been on the products for about a year and a half because April of last year, she came out of a hospital after being in and out for a year. And this one doctor finally diagnosed her as having C. diff. He was an infectious disease doctor and put her on vancomycin, but he sent her home. She was bedridden, couldn't walk, and the doctors actually had put her on hospice. She's 67, always had epilepsy, and had several seizures over the years. But anyway, she was on hospice, and she was bedbound, and I had to take care of her just like a nurse would in a hospital. She had no control over going to the bathroom, couldn't get up and walk. I had to feed her. And I had already met Kevin Alexander. In April of a year ago, he got me introduced to MoreMito. I said, well, let's try this. So Sharon didn't want to get by the eye dropper. And I was on the call and told Roger, just on her food. And once you get on her food and she eats her food, get in her body, it'll figure out what to do. And he was right. I have never got that, Roger. And long story short,
you can rub it on your body too.
And restore now for about a year and 4 months. Now, she gets up herself, goes back here on the couch. She's sewing. Her hobby is cross-stitching. She's made a baby blanket for her great-grandboy, pillows, and she's working on an apron for me. Eats everything I fix her. And Alexander called me one day, and she had funny. He couldn't believe how she changed in her voice. She don't have to catch her words and all that. This works. And you tried it, don't give up, because if you're noticing it's not doing what you was hoping, take more. I have went to 6 a day, 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, and 2 at night. And boy, I have noticed a big difference from the Restore. And what you don't know is, if it's not doing what you hoped for in the beginning, it may be doing things in your body that you don't even know. So give it time, because it does work. I'm 67, my wife's 67. I've been in so many programs over the years, and this is by far the best I've ever seen, because it works. We give her a life, and she's changed, and it's amazing. And I just want to give a shout-out to Kevin Alexander, and thank you so much. If you're in his group from California and you're new, the man knows what he's talking about. He is a great friend and a great teacher. Just do what he says, and he'll set you straight. And I want to thank Roger and Dale for this great product. And I know other people want to talk, and I just want to share that because it hit home with me what you're talking about, because we're living proof that call today is true. Thank you, Roger.
Y'all just listen.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Just get that mitochondria strong. Your
I'm telling
body
you,
can fix itself.
It's a very real thing. Very real.
You hear these people
Shout
from
out
all
to
over, right?
Alexander the Great as well. Okay, Anthony, Logan, and Roanoke, the caller ID says.
All right, Anthony, I've unmuted you. Go ahead with your question. Anthony, are you there?
Anthony's not paying attention, seems like.
Yeah,
You may have stepped away, Roger.
Okay, so
How about we must need to talk
Who else?
to Albert Lee or Lee Albert. I'm not sure which it is, but it's in New York, caller ID says.
I have unmuted you, Albert Lee.
Y'all got to learn to pay attention when you
I'm
put your
Albert
hand up. When
Lee.
you raise your hand, you never know when
All
they're going
right.
to call on you.
Yeah. Okay, I first heard about this product maybe a couple of weeks ago, and I received it. But my most concern is I thought ophthalmologist says that I'm 89, right?
89, that's a blessing.
So he says that I can't take a chance with an operation at this age. I already had cataracts removed. So I have a blurred screen. So that's the main thing that I'm concerned about. Is there any hope or help?
Yeah, there's a lot of hope for you.
People keep asking that. There's
the
hope for
ophthalmologist
everybody.
just doesn't know any better.
They don't understand mitochondria,
You know,
y'all.
he knows
Please
ophthalmology, doesn't know
understand
mitochondria. We do. And everybody else, like you just Jimmy Lane and everybody else you just heard.
Yes.
So one of my very best friends worked with me at the Pentagon, went blind after we both left in our separate ways. And Terrence got his sight back. He was with glaucoma and macular degeneration, all of that, right? He went from being totally blind to being able to see. And he was the first one, but he's been followed by any number of others.
Are you kidding me?
He's not kidding.
Not at all.
You want to take this and rub it around your
Not at
eyes,
all.
okay?
Grace White up in Philadelphia
Rejuvenate Gel,
brought us a minister.
and I have some to restore all in. And I'm going to
I
demonstrate
met
why they're
a couple
talking.
months before last when I was there. He was blind at birth. In his right eye, had limited sight in the left eye, and because of a botched operation, he was blind in both eyes from early in life. And at 61, I believe his age was, he's back now seeing in color. You know, you can see shapes now. You were seeing nothing before, completely black. Never, like I said, never saw, I think it was right eye. Never had any, he didn't even know people had two eyes when he was a kid.
Because he had never experienced it because he was blind. And
so yeah, it's an elegant solution to regrow mitochondria, and the organ you're concerned about has a lot of it, like your eye does. The eyes have the most mitochondria any organ in your body. So yeah.
So is there a product that you have? I have the.
Use all
I
three of these.
already started using the cream and the eye drops. I mean, but you don't put it
Restore all.
in the eye.
That's what he's talking about. He's calling it eye drops.
Right?
You can take you can put some of the oil in the cream, shake that jar up, and start putting on your eyelids. I do it all the time.
That's what you just saw
all
me
the
do.
time, every day,
I have
multiple
some
times
in
a
my
day.
in my gel.
Now, in your case, okay, listen to me a second. In your case, because I'm hearing you say you've had your cataract operation, meaning they replace your lenses. Don't put the drops right on your eye. It's having a hard time soaking through because the lens is synthetic and it'll block it. I won't be able to absorb it. But you can certainly take it internally. That's what Terrence did. We didn't even know about putting it directly in your eye back then. But it will still work is what I'm telling you.
So what he's saying, the restore all,
okay.
if you've had the surgery and you have the lenses in your eyes, this doesn't soak through the lenses.
You can take more internally, yes. I mean, you need to turn that up if you want to accelerate it.
Not saying this won't help you. It just won't soak through the lenses.
You know, I call it a high-tech salad dressing.
You can still rub it on your eyes.
It's not a medication that you got to be concerned. Medications are controlled for a reason. They are dangerous. Okay?
These are not medications.
This is essentially food that's been processed in a special way with our XDS technology. So your body will recognize it and take it in and use it readily. And that's what sets us apart.
Yes.
So
Okay.
it just drops internally with the cream?
Yes, put the cream on your eyelids. Close your eyes, put that mixture and put it on there.
1 teaspoon.
And you'll
Mix it in your
start
Rejuvenate
experiencing
Gel. I have
rebirth
videos
of
on Health and Wealth Show with
mitochondria,
Stephanie
and your body will
on the
use that
playlist
energy
that
to
shows
fix
you how to
itself
do
better
it.
than it had any chance to do otherwise. Okay?
Okay.
All right, get with the person that invited you, and if you're already taking it, take more of it. Let's go.
You can always leave me messages in the comments, and I can get back to you.
Product that she
But we do have videos.
How long have you been on it? Maybe your problem is you just started taking it. You haven't been on it long enough.
2 days.
Oh, he just started on it.
Well, it might take longer than 2 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
With me, with my eyes, it took longer than 2 days. Some people have immediate response, but yeah, 2 days. He's got.
Okay, so let's just give it a chance. All right, Albert.
All right.
Okay.
But as you can see, he's very concerned about his health, y'all. That's what everybody needs to be.
Dale.
You need to be concerned about your health.
Yes,
okay?
he is. You have begun well.
All right, Yashika Rice in Georgia.
Yashika, I've needed you. Go ahead with your question.
Oh, yes. I just wanted to, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
I just wanted to say, because I take it for my eyes, and I'm always on here wanting to give my testimony about my eyes. I started maybe about 4 or 5 days ago, and I could not, in my right eye, I could barely, I couldn't really see. And I have started, the words are a little blurry, but I couldn't even see blur at first. And I can read out of that right eye. And because I wanted to know when I first heard about the product, I'm like, okay, does this really work? Does this really work? Because I wouldn't be able to tell anybody else or sell, the product if it didn't work for me.
That's not
so
true,
what
y'all.
I did,
Everybody's body is different. I don't know why people say that. Everybody's body is different.
Did a lot of research
just
on
let
it and
people
everything.
use it and see what it
and
does
what
for
you
them.
guys are saying is so true. So I start taking, I'm always using my product, all throughout the day or whatever. But I can truly tell, even when I went outside this morning, I began to see color filling back in my eyes because I had almost I lost color, colorblind. And when I was out today, I was so happy that I see that my eyes are getting clear for me to see better. So I did want to say that the gentleman, he was talking earlier as far as giving it time, because it's not sometimes it could be quick, but sometimes, we want to rush and then we'll say the product didn't work because we didn't give it time. So I'm giving myself time, because even while doing my research, I saw that between 1 and 3 months, certain things happen with the eyes, and then from 3 to 6 months, certain things happen. So I just want to tell people, just give it time, allow the product to work, because it's just like when you're taking your other medication. You wouldn't skip a day with that. So don't skip days with this, and just listen.
That's right.
As far as how much you should take, I think that is so important. And just do it as if you were taking your regular medication and giving your body time to adjust to the product so that you can see a change in your vision, because I'm seeing it. I would not be on here saying, I do not play with people. So I am seeing small progressions every day. And I thank God, because I am going to be able to see and drive again. I say that, and I know that this was heaven sent. God sent MoreMito to me, and I am so grateful. And Roger, I have been practicing
4 to 5 days.
my
4 to 5 days, not even
the
a whole
little
week.
speech thing, the recording that you sent. So I'm coming along pretty good.
So here was 3 examples. The guy that's been on it a couple of days. You heard what he said. She's been on it 4 or 5 days.
So,
Everybody, they're talking about the eye. I was on it for a while before I noticed the difference. Now, I knew it was in there working on me, but before I noticed the difference in my eyes, I probably had been on it.
I am looking for Alice. I got Alice right here.
Okay, so sometimes you have to give it time. I have stigmatism in my eyes,
Alice,
okay?
you there?
Just give it time. Trust me.
She is unmuted.
Especially when you have several things going on in your body. I had several things, okay?
Talk a little bit about you and Sam and what you all going to be doing on September 20th.
Okay, everyone. Thank you, Roger, for allowing us to talk. Grace and peace, everyone. As you said, I'm Alice Dorsey. On September 20th, we are having our own Roger Hill, Mr. Roger Hill, to come to big old Williamson, North Carolina, which most of you probably never heard of. But he's coming there to give a presentation at the Ramada Inn in Williamson. It's on Highway 17. I'll give out the information later, the location and the address. But it will be from 3:30 to 5 p.m. We're serving food, and the seating is unlimited. So please, if you're within 2 hours of there, like Charlotte, Rocky Mount, Washington, Windsor, New Bern, Ahoskie, Raleigh, Durham, Charlotte, you have to come by and support our own CEO and co-founder, Roger.
All right. Thank you, Alice.
Roger's a great connection to have. This was life-changing, me, getting this connection with him.
Cancer is going to be a topic that weekend on the Health and Wellness call.
He is definitely changing lives, and he has opened up the doors for us in many, many ways. Not only health-wise, income-wise, you name it. So,
time. All right.
He's
Thank you, Alice.
Lives.
Thank you,
Alice.
Okay. Do you see Brenda Board?
I'm checking for Brenda.
I saw her.
There she is.
Again, guys, the information will be below after this call. So if you're watching this as a playback, just look in the description and you can get the information on how you can get your free customer website and how to set it up. We have videos on that as well on the health commercial with Stephanie, so that you can get your products, get your mitochondria strong.
18th of September.
Thank you, Roger. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm so excited because this is the part of North Carolina that has the highest death rate of prostate cancer. My father passed of that in 1996 of metastatic prostate cancer. So we're trying to get we every year, this is our 11th anniversary, annual prostate cancer awareness summit. On Thursday, that third Thursday in September, that entire week is Prostate Cancer Awareness Week. The entire month, like I said, of September is Prostate Cancer Awareness. So on that Thursday, we're having a petite dinner. It is a evening in blue, and we're grateful that Mr. Roger Hill will be there as speaker. So it will begin, we're working on the actual hour. We'll give you more information with the weeks coming. So what will happen there is that he will speak, and then we're also acknowledging caretakers of prostate cancer men, and the men will hopefully be there too. So I would love for you all to come. We will have the actual location. It is a small setting. So it would be wonderful if you could just give us a call or let us know if you can arrive there at that time. And again, thank you so much, Roger.
Okay, so we're going to put both announcements up in the back office, Dale. Get with them and Brenda and Doris. Let him know, send him your announcements so we can post them in the back office. So everyone out there. And Brenda, there's going to be some radio appearances also?
Yes, there will be radio appearances Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We're looking forward to that on WRCS Radio. I'm waiting for them to call me back to set everything up. So we'll be live from Main Street of Husky, North Carolina.
I can't wait. And we're looking forward to having those of you who have had prostate cancer, Sam and others, to join us on that radio program, and just let everybody know what is possible. Okay, thank you, Brenda.
Need to tune in.
And shout out to my brother who's online with us from Durham, North Carolina. I know that's his concern as well. So yeah, it's going to be a family affair for us. Okay, let's talk to Marva Lindsay.
Fantastic. Marva, I have unmuted you. Doing great things in Canada. Go ahead, Marva.
Told y'all we were all over.
Marva.
Where's Marva?
I don't hear you.
I got to unmute herself.
Come on, Marva.
Other than that, we're going to have to talk to Dagmar.
I am here.
Dagmar.
There she is.
Okay,
and my mic is open.
Yes.
Okay, my mic is open. Okay. Hi, good afternoon. Quick question to you. I am since 1st of August. I'm totally vegan right now, and I fast every day. Is it safe to fast every day?
For how many days?
Huh? She said every day.
For how many days? What kind of fast, first of all? What kind of fast? I intermittent fast. I intermittent fast every day. Okay?
Yeah, after dinner, which is 7 o'clock latest, I eat again. At 10 o'clock, I have my fruits, and then I'll have a meal at about 12 o'clock.
Yeah, I do it every day. I mean, there are occasional days in which I'll have 2 meals, but it isn't the number of meals. It's the time between the beginning of your first meal and the end of your last meal, okay?
I do 2 meals. Sorry, I do 2 meals. A couple of days, I only had 1 because I wasn't even close to being hungry.
Yeah.
You know?
So you're doing intermittent fasting. Let me explain to everybody else the importance of this. So in the normal course of metabolism, you accumulate incomplete protein. You know, like your body is making stuff that isn't perfect, okay? So when you fast, your body gets a chance to clean those up, and it's very mitochondria enhancing when you do that. Mitochondria also will improve themselves when you fast. And it doesn't have to be an all-day fast. They're learning that when you intermittent fast, you shorten that time between the last meal, beginning of the first meal and the end of the last one to, let's say, where you're doing over 12 hours, right? I'll do about 20 today. I'll do about 20 hours today. And you can live quite well. I got that from Bill Critchfield. Bill Critchfield was eating every other day. I couldn't do that because I would end up just intermittently constipating myself, okay? So I went to,
different bodies are different.
The daily thing, and I think I ate yesterday at about, I think I was finished by 6 o'clock, sometime before 6 o'clock or something like that, right? So today, you see what I'm saying? By the time I eat this afternoon at about 3 o'clock, I will have had, 20 hours of fasting? So your body loves it. It's good stuff.
Now, I cook all my meals because I want to be sure of what I'm getting. And like today, I'm making coconut oil. And I separate my fruits from my vegetables. So I didn't even know legumes were fruits. So I have plenty of that. So I get my protein. And I use coconut also. In Jamaica, we call it rundown. Rundown. And it's really tasty. I can go down to a custard. And it's really, really nice. I eat that with either boiled bananas or I have plantain and stuff like that. So anything with seeds, I have like that. Anything without seeds, like yams and such, that I could have with callaloo or spinach. Stuff like that. Good. But it's going very well. You know, altogether now I'm down 35 pounds. And since August, I am telling you, and I feel, a matter of fact, the first time I'm living where I'm living now since November 23, I've never walked across the street. I'm going for walks. I'm going across the street.
All right.
See?
And this is not safe. Nobody has to do this at home. But one day, I never crossed at the light. I crossed in the middle, and I did speed walking.
Well, we're happy to be a part of your wellness journey, Marva. Thank you for sharing that.
This is what she's
Okay, thank you, Media. Thanks for answering my question.
You know,
All right.
mitochondria strong.
Now we're going to hear from Dagmar
intermittent fasting
in Atlanta.
You learn a lot on these calls.
All right, Dagmar, I've unmuted you.
Health knowledge.
Go ahead. No, I didn't. Now I've unmuted you. Go ahead, Dagmar.
This is my first time. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. This is my first time ever being on this call or hearing about this product. Washika Rice invited me to hear this call because she knows that my mom had glaucoma and had a botched operation way back in the 70s that now, as she had gotten older, she's completely blind. So I did hear the testimonies of some of the people here that said it has really helped with their eyesight, including Washika. But I'm also curious to see if it also helped with things like blood pressure, pre-diabetes, and heart. People would have heart issues, like I've had not necessarily a heart attack, but have heart issues. And that was my question. Oh, and one other thing, I am getting ready to start a 40-day just eating fruits and vegetables. Should I start on the product? Would that be, because, intermittent fast, I would just be eating within an 8-hour window. Just an 8-hour window every day for that. Okay.
All right, so let me respond. This approach literally helps with everything. Let's adjust our thinking because what we're used to is this thing for that thing, and you take this other thing for this other thing, okay? Mitochondria is the thing that addresses everything because everything takes energy, first of all. And the other thing that everything takes, it takes cellular communication. And all of that's improved. Okay, all this other stuff you hear people talk about, what about my stem cell? Oh, what about my telomeres? Okay, all right, what about the doing for the zombie cells? Well, maintenance of all those things require mitochondria, and so it is truly the tide that floats all boats when you do that. And as it pertains to your organs that you asked me about, your heart, your liver, your kidney, and all of them, that is where the highest concentrations of mitochondria are. So they have a lot of what, even though you've lost a lot of it, they have what I call a lot of mitochondrial infrastructure. Those cells have been programmed to have a lot. So we signal to them to grow them back. They respond, right? And this is what Bevan's done and nobody else has done. He's decoded those signals that your body normally sends. That's been done before. But he's come up with substitutes in nature that are found in nature. We have them scattered through all products, so why you got to get a bundle. And see, nobody today has asked me which one. We must be getting good, Dale. Nobody asked us which one today.
That's right.
Because they asked us all of them, right? Because you have to come at this from all these angles. That's part of why no one else has ever done it. They've not come up with as comprehensive a solution as Bevan has in his with our technology. Okay, so yes, absolutely, all your organs benefit. It doesn't matter which one or what the condition is. You hear me say this virtually every week. It's not what Mito does, right? It's what your body does with Mito, right? By the way, that it can't do otherwise unless we grow or actually truly regrowing mitochondria, which we are. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Dagmar. Okay, how about Janice in Tallahassee? Let's go talk to Janice.
All right, Janice, I've unmuted you. Go ahead with your question.
Good afternoon. I just wanted to say that the one thing that impresses me about the opportunity to have the calls with the people who either design this, who are working behind the scenes, is that learning how to be able to design your own intake and being tailor-made, because all of us are different, even though we may have the same thing. Everybody has a mitochondria. But the way that we respond to what we take and learning about ourselves, listening to other people and their sharing of what they've done and what they've tried has truly enlightened me. I'm encouraged because in the beginning I wasn't, not because of y'all, but because of the people that I approached, and they didn't want to investigate any further. So I'm hoping and believing as I continue to change and improve in my whatever's happening, that they will see that it is true and it's real, and that they will know that what's happening with them can be changed too.
Yeah,
so thank you all. I appreciate
don't
this
be discouraged
opportunity.
if you try to share it with people
and
some
great to have you
people
on. We really appreciate
don't
your
listen or
comment.
whatever, because
Thank
not
you.
everybody listens. So you have so many people that say,
Okay,
oh, I want to get rid of cancer, I want to get rid of, I want my eyesight to get better, you name it, right? But then when you share the information, they don't do anything with it, okay? You did your part. You shared the information. If they don't, you can't make a person do that, right? You brought the information to them.
So. Doris, I've unmuted you. Go ahead.
Hello there.
Hey, Doris.
Hello.
How y'all doing?
All right, let's go.
I want to talk to y'all because I'm doing well.
Awesome, Doris.
I wanted to talk to y'all because everybody was talking about the eyes. And, and I heard you tell different ones that put the cream on the eyes, put the oil in the cream and put it on your eyelids. And I've been doing that, and I was wearing glasses. Miss Francis from Georgia, down here in Georgia, she knew I was wearing glasses. And I put my glasses on one day, and anybody know if you get a 325, you can't see. Yeah, I was nearsighted to the point where I couldn't hardly see. So I had to get something that was going to help me see, look in my Bible and see what it said up close. I couldn't see way out. Well, I put the stuff on my eyelids, and I picked up my glasses one day to read my Bible. I couldn't even see out of them. I said, what is this?
I experienced that.
I could not see out my glasses that I had been seeing out for years.
This is why you should try it.
Now, you need to explain to people that don't know what that means. That means that your eyes had improved so much, the glasses prescription no longer fit your eye. You were seeing better without your glasses than you could with the glasses.
My
right?
restriction was removed from my driver's license because my eyesight got better because I got on the products.
All right.
Y'all saw me demonstrate how you put it around your eye.
You know,
I
that's what
do
we're saying. I mean,
multiple times a day.
When you put your mitochondria in play, you're no longer leaving your best player on the bench in this game of life.
Yes.
Okay, that's how I look at it. So thank you for sharing that, Doris.
All right.
Thank you,
Doris. Awesome testimony, Doris.
LaShawn, Washington, D.C.
LaShawn, I've unmuted you. Go ahead with your question.
Hey, Roger. I'm hyper and hype. And you know what? It only came from MoreMito. I am so grateful that you said your yes and that this is being created. And so, you know, I came into the company, but I came in by default, right? Because I've always dealt with health and wellness products, right? But I said I needed something stronger. Remember, I'm the one that my mom at the time when I was using the technology for, I only literally was able to rub it on my mom maybe about 8 or 10 times. And my mom went to her oncologist because she had 4-stage cancer, and they told her that the cancer cells were dying off. Now, I get it. My mom went, you know, I saw my mom's health getting better. Her appetite came, her weight, and she looked well. But she went back, and they gave her 2 vaccinations, and they gave her a steroid and the strongest chemo. And so I lost my mom around April, But I'm going to tell you that this technology helped me with my grief. I had what they call a broken heart.
Yes,
and I would rub this technology on my heart.
Grief.
It gave me anxiety, and I almost slipped into depression.
Yes.
But I was telling myself, Roger, how am I going to keep going? Because I saw and I know what this technology does, because you already know. I've helped so many different people.
Yes.
I've helped so many different people. And listen to this call, I get it. People are calling in. But yes, this technology helps everything.
Everything.
And I have to when people walk away from me, my ultimate goal is to educate them and let them know, do you understand the mitochondria? Once you understand the mitochondria is the powerhouse.
Yes.
That's what controls every element of your body.
Yes.
So yes, when you increase the mitochondria, yes, your body will do what it's supposed to do. So that means, yes any ailment. And I tell people, any ailment from A to Z, try this technology. Try it.
She gets it.
Use it.
Y'all get
and
it.
be very diligent to do it. Listen, if your doctor gave you medication and it has not helped you, then that's a red flag. So what you're going to do with this technology, all natural ingredients, XCX exponential delivery system, and it happens rapidly. People come to me, Roger, and they've had their legs amputated. It's too late by the time, I guess, when I reach them. But they have phantom pain. They have their equilibrium is off, and they're still having discomfort. And so I've seen people where they've used this cream, they've had neuropathy run through their legs and their veins and their feet. And I'm learning when I get on these doctors calls, any type of medicine, high blood pressure, diabetes medication, that kind of pretty much gives you those symptoms, because the doctors are in the business to make money. And so, hey, I will put you on. And right now, too, they're doing, also, too, Roger, they're doing pre-diabetic. You get this free diagnosis. I mean, pre-diagnosis, which makes no sense to understand. Once people realize that the doctors are in the business to make money, it's nothing against them, because we have a lot of doctors over here, and I'm so grateful for how the doctors
in their practice
in place. And I tell them that we partner with some scientists. Like this is the manner from heaven. This is your prayer answer. And so I yield my mic. I wanted to say that.
I hope y'all heard her.
It helped.
Thank you for that.
Over and over and over.
It.
Fantastic.
Mitochondria is the powerhouse of your cells. That's what I'm trying to get everybody to understand.
All right.
That's what people don't understand. That's why they keep saying, "Oh, does it help this or does it help that?"
All right, Grace, I've unmuted you. Go ahead.
Hi, everyone. I just wanted to just, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can hear me? Okay. I just wanted to just to share with the person who was just sharing about the broken heart. As everyone knew, that I had lost my Dinah, and that is so true, right? I think I shared with you how I had a broken heart and my heart was healed, and I just wanted to just share with everyone that is very, very true about a broken heart, and I'm very, very happy, and I just burst out in tears of joy just to hear, her testimony that my heart has been healed, and just from hearing her testimony. And I just thank God for y'all. Thank you. That's all I wanted to share. Thank you.
Yes, we appreciate you, Grace. God, was so special.
Grief, this is true. My aunt just recently passed, y'all, and this is what's been helping me. We've had so many deaths in our family. And people have been saying, "How can you do this? Y'all had so much death in your family."
All of you
it's because of the products have helped me.
In our earlier
with the grief,
generation,
with the depression, all of that.
Grace from
all the stuff
that you deal with from losing
people,
that I haven't seen
people
in a long
away,
time
you
on
name
this call
it.
today.
Our family is dealing with it.
All of you have supported us for so long.
Building that
so
mitochondria helps.
All right, Pastor Lashika, probably going to tell us the latest episode with AJ.
All right, Pastor, I've unmuted you. Go ahead.
Nakisha.
Oh, I greet y'all in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach. I am Pastor Lakeisha, and I am AJ Hunter's mother. AJ is amazing things. And Roger, I wanted to let you know that next weekend we're having an event in Greenville, North Carolina, And the newspaper will be there, the Daily Reflector, the radio will be there. So I have LaShawn and I think Mr. Johnny, all of those are going to come down and help me, and we're just going to get out there. I'm going to pray for people. We're going to tell them about the product. We're going to show them. A lot of them know AJ, so when they see what AJ is doing, we're going to get that product out there. Listen, for y'all that don't know AJ's story, AJ has a hemispherectomy, and what a hemispherectomy is, the whole side of his brain. So I want you to have the whole left side of your brain. And without this, AJ was sleeping 20 hours a day. He's been on at least 30 to 50 different medications. He has different, up to 30 different diagnoses. And I have searched all over the world. Listen, it took us 23 years. God has showed me a dream. Yeshua showed me a dream that AJ was going to be walking, talking, but I had to keep the faith and know that when God was going to send the product, I thank God for the last into the dentist office we needed. I thank God for y'all. I thank God for Roger saying yes. Listen, y'all, I'm telling you how critical this is. AJ was having 700 seizures a day. Now he's 700. Down. We don't see any seizures. Wow. Listen, we have videos. Reggie has videos. And I want to thank everybody on the call who brought product for AJ, who believed that this technology was going to help him when I didn't have any money. I didn't have anything. When I was down, these people, y'all came together and helped AJ get where he is today. And we have videos. AJ is scooting across the floor. He's opening doors now. He is talking. He is walking. Reggie had a chance to meet him. And Roger, I now live in North Carolina, so I am going to show up to those two events that you're having. And I'm going to try to bring AJ so that you can meet AJ, so that y'all can see, so that you can see what the product is doing for him. And I just thank God that you said yes. And thank y'all so much for everything that y'all are doing.
Right, that's just awesome.
Oh, thank you for that. I can't wait to meet you.
Roger Hill over and over and over for creating the business.
Williamson or
so that we would have the opportunity, so that we could get our body
healthy. I can't be with you in Greenville. Our nephew Ike lives in Greenville.
Yes.
So we're going to let him know. Okay?
This brought me off of all my medications,
all right, thank you, Pastor Lakeisha.
This is life-changing for me. Right. So you have to get on it.
Okay.
Try it.
So why don't
see
we
how
talk to
it works with, building your mitochondria.
Nicole Williams in Huntsville, Alabama, where I used to live.
All right, Nicole, I've unmuted you. Go ahead with your question.
How you doing, Roger?
Good.
I'm coming today. I want to ask because they just diagnosed it. My 22-year-old, he actually turned 20 yesterday, and they diagnosed my first period. It was
from anything. Again, build your mitochondria up. Your body can fix itself from anything. That is how God designed our body, right? So it doesn't make a difference what you have. You keep hearing people coming on saying, oh, does it help, your eyes? Does it help the cancer? Does it help this and that? It doesn't go according to conditions, but everybody, we've grown up going off of conditions and medication and stuff, right? Got to stop that thing, because you've been educated. Knowledge is power, right? So we're educating you on how building your mitochondria up the natural way. The products that we use are not medication. they're actually considered a food. They're nutraceuticals, okay? These are considered a food, okay? And so you're giving your body the nourishment that it needs to build your mitochondria up. So once you build your mitochondria up, your body knows what to do, right? You have several things going on. Your body knows what to do, okay? Your body knows how to fix itself. Like my body, I had multiple things going on in my body. If y'all see all this medicine in the background, these are just some of the ones that the doctors had me on, right? That's just some of the ones that the doctors, notice I said had me on, because I had to do the research. As y'all saw our title, you know, about what the doctors can say, right? I've had doctors telling me I couldn't do this, I would never be able to take care of my family again. I'm very capable of taking care of my family, okay? I've had to take care of my family, even though they were saying that I wouldn't be able to. I still did it, okay? I had them telling me I would never have any kids anymore. My youngest daughter is 20-something years old, okay? And she's doing just fine, okay? And she's a result that came after I was told I could never have any more kids, right? Doctors do not know everything, right? I have been told several things, and I have overcome a lot of the things that the doctors told me couldn't and wouldn't happen, right? So I am living proof of doctors telling people several things and, different things happening, okay? So sometimes you have to do your own research, because doctors do not know everything, okay? That is nothing against doctors. We have a lot of doctors that use our products in their practice. As I stated before, a lot of doctors use our stuff in their practice. And, but you do have some doctors that are out there that are just in it for the money. And that's sad, Some of them are in it for the money. And so their goal is to keep you on all these medications, right? They want you on all these medications because that's how they're making their money off of it, okay? But that's not building your mitochondria up. A lot of that is damaging your mitochondria. If you've ever taken antibiotics damage your mitochondria, okay? If you don't believe me, do the research, okay? We're just giving you the health knowledge that you need. Knowledge is power, right? A lot of us are ignorant because of the fact that we're lack of knowledge, okay? So I hope you take that in a positive way. I'm not calling you ignorant, right? I'm just saying some of us, we don't know because we don't know, okay? That's what I'm basically saying. Once you get the knowledge, use the knowledge, right? Now, if you decide to stay that way after you get the knowledge, that's on you, okay? But we're giving you that health knowledge so that, you'll know what your body can do and, try it out. Learn what mitochondria is. Most people do not know what mitochondria is. I didn't know what mitochondria was, right? But doctors had me on all these things, and I owed it to myself to learn what mitochondria is, okay? It's taught in school. Anybody that's taking biology, they teach it in biology. Most people don't remember it. Most people do not remember it. But it is taught in biology. Mitochondria is the powerhouse of your cells. Do the research yourself. Stop depending on other people to tell you how your body's going to do, right? God has the last say so. God created our body, okay? Not man. God created our body. God created our body to have mitochondria in it. And he created it. If you get that mitochondria strong, your body can fix itself from anything. So you're seeing these people. You heard the lady saying that she was blind in one eye. Blind in one of her eyes. And now she could see in that eye. I think she was the one that said she had been on the product. She had been on these products for 4 to 5 days. 4 to 5 days, not even a whole week. And she was already able to, see some out of her eyes. 4 to 5 days. Okay? Again, it's different for different people because the person before her, he had been on it for 2 days and he was wondering how long or whatever, he had only been on it for 2 days, right? He had just gotten his product. So it's still getting in his system, right? Me, I had been on the products for a while, but I had a lot of things going on in my body. So that's why we say each person's body is different because you never know what a person is going through. Some people don't even know what all they have going on in their body because they may not be showing signs and all that. I had a gut issue and, some of my gut issues I wasn't showing signs of, right? So they're like, oh, you're not showing signs, so I'm not even going to worry about that, right? So I had a problem. They weren't going to worry about the problem because I wasn't showing signs. Instead of, hey, let's fix that problem, right? These are some of the things that doctors do, right? So you owe it to yourself to get educated, okay? Mitochondria. Build your mitochondria. I promise you, if you build your mitochondria, you will be glad that you did that, because there will be some things that may change in your body that you do not know is even going on in your body. Okay? Again, doctors can't tell you everything. They can tell you some things, but they can't tell you everything, right? So, again, God has the last say so. God created our body, and God created our body with mitochondria. So, as we get older, we lose mitochondria. If you've ever taken antibiotics damage your mitochondria, okay? So if antibiotics damage your mitochondria, just imagine what other medications are doing. They damage, they cause side effects. I know. You know, when I went to talk to the neurologist, I went for my neurological appointment, right? Because of the migraines that I had been having for years and years and years, right? She said that it's taking my migraine away, 2 of the medications, taking my migraine away, immediately giving it back, and then causing depression. Because I explained to her, I'm a multitasker, and I was having a problem multitasking, okay? I have been multitasking for basically all my life, right? And now, all of a sudden, I couldn't multitask. Why couldn't I multitask? Because the medicine was causing depression. I didn't even realize I was depressed, you guys. This was because I trusted the doctors. They were over-medicating me. These are the doctors that have, you know, MD behind their name. Were over-medicating me. And I was taking it because I had not taken the time to love my body enough to do the research. And that's what a lot of y'all have done. You have not taken the time to love yourself enough to do the research. So do the research so you can find out what you need to do for your body. But we're sharing with you. We hope that you have an open mind, because we're sharing with you mitochondria. If you get your mitochondria strong, your body can fix itself from anything, okay? Doesn't matter what it is. You hear the people saying that they were blind in 1 hour. They were born blind, period, right? You heard Roger share about his friend, and these people can now see, okay? I used to have a restriction on my driver's license. I started wearing glasses after I graduated high school. And I had then it came to a point where I had a restriction saying that I had to wear my glasses in order to drive, because my eyesight, you know, had gotten worse, right? The most mitochondria is in your eye area, okay? You have a lot in your heart. There's, you know, a couple of different parts of your body where you have a whole lot, right? But when it breaks down in your eye area, other things start to happen to your body. How many of you know people that are diabetic or now getting shots in their eyes and different stuff like that? Get your mitochondria strong, and you can stop having to do that. We have people that were getting shots in their eyes. One of the guys, he shared how he would get the shots in his eyes and he was tearing his eyeball and how painful it was. Guys, love yourself enough to get the knowledge. Get the knowledge on how to build your body up, okay? How to build your mitochondria up. You owe it to yourself. Love yourself enough. Don't just put your body in the hands of someone else that doesn't know everything, right? Do yourself justice. Build your mitochondria up, and your body can fix itself. Y'all, I'm still having problems reconnecting. So, I've tried multiple times, even though I was continuing to talk, but I don't know what the deal is as to why I am unable to reconnect, and I am using both of my phones on the live, so that's why I didn't switch to that one. I'm gonna keep on trying, you guys. But if you're wondering how to get the products, remember you have to be referred. And how do you be referred? If somebody else referred you, you want to get back with the person that referred you, because it's only fair, you know, that we refer you back to the person that referred you. Because if I'm telling somebody about something, it's only fair that, you know, they are connected to me. So we're honest people. We don't take anybody else's customer, right? Because you shared the information that is your customer. And so anybody that I've shared
Reach
with,
the MoreMito conference line. The call will begin in a moment.
They've connected because of, you know, one of my TV shows.
The conference is in presentation mode.
Your line is muted.
If you're
This call is being recorded.
Live, it'll be in the description afterwards. But
okay, so we have
it's in the description on how you create your website.
All right, I've unmuted you. It says Greenhouse EXO. Numbers 3540. Go ahead.
Yellow.
Hey.
Hey, Roger.
Who are we talking to? What's your name?
Paul in New York.
Paul, go ahead.
You're probably going to need to get real busy, Roger. You know, I was taking black seed oil and olive oil. They both in my cabinet for years. I couldn't show a single thing that they did for me. So that's what intrigued me about the MoreMito products. With black seed oil and olive oil in there. And then I started getting all these fantastic changes. So that is telling me that the supplements that are in common use worldwide, the formulations that they're in, we're not absorbing the bioactive compounds in them sufficiently. And I think industry has awoken to that fact. No, they're trying to change some of the formulations that they're selling supplements in. So you might need to diversify and put some more products in the portfolio so we can absorb and use them properly.
Well, we're focused on mitochondria and not having as many products as we need, all right? So that's the key. We got to talk to that mitochondria in an effective way, which is like what we're doing. But I'll accept your point about the olive oil and the black seed oil. This is why I said at the end of Dr. Dan's thing when he came back. What is the difference, right? There's another level of effectiveness for all of these products that none of us ever got to, Paul. We never got there. Why? Because we never had our mitochondria grown so that we can make more effective use of it. Okay, we didn't do that. And we didn't have a delivery method that could get it into the cells to start that whole process. So that's the deal. Yeah, you've had everyone's had black seed before, maybe you had olive oil before, but you haven't had the real stuff till you have this.
That's right.
So thanks for letting me say that, Paul.
Get your brain and body bundle today.
Yes, sir.
Excellent.
Okay, Pat Happ, that's it. Pat Happ, I'm going to call Bobby Eugene and Yashika right back because we're going to end the call after Pat Happ. Let me take a screenshot right here. You got my screenshot things now working. Take a screenshot and send it to me so I can get those last two calls back. We're gonna close it up after Pat Happ. Pat, you need to unmute, Pat. No.
I'm here.
Okay, well.
Not with us.
No,
she's here.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I am. I had fallen asleep.
Okay.
Anyhow, not that you're boring or anything. It's very exciting to hear everything that's going on, but anyhow, I had dropped this off. Anyhow, I apologize for that. My question is, I'm wanting to know, because I am tired of dealing with this crud that I've been dealing with for 2.5 years.
Okay.
Not completely getting better. And I decided the other day I was just going to start taking MoreMito several times a day, like 7 is how many I took the other day, 7 doses of the full doses.
She took 7
doses.
Is
there a point when I can, where I would get too much in for a day of being able to absorb or do whatever process?
No. Like I said, high-tech salad dressing. This stuff is super safe, and it takes us 2 months to get this XDS process in there and make all these ingredients work really, really well. Okay? So you stay with it. I've had people take as much as 3 tablespoons multiple times a day.
Right.
So you can take a lot. This isn't.
Well, I'm taking almost a tablespoon, and that was 7 times a day. And I talked to someone who knows a little bit. She's a doctor. I'm not sure what type it is. I don't know if she's simply a homeopathic or what. But anyhow, nevertheless, she's a doctor, a very qualified lady. But she told me I was just wasting it by taking that much, and so I was kind of concerned. I didn't want to do. I mean, it's too expensive to waste.
Okay, so let me give you the dimensions. Okay, you have the amount, and then you have the time, because it is true that your body can't respond but so fast. Okay? So how long have you been on it?
About 2.5 years now.
Okay. So it's time for you to step it up to another level. And the next question is, what all are you taking? Have you added brain and body?
Yep, I got the brain and body. I don't take it all the time.
Basically, because
All right, so let's make the adjustment there. Okay. And how many capsules were you taking when you were taking?
2.
Okay.
2 at a time,
So
because
what I would do is I would go to 4. Let me just say this. I would go to 4 a day on that. That's actually what the original full dosage was for. We let it be 2 because we saw how powerful it was. You put it together with Restore, but you can benefit from even more. Okay, so go to 4 a day on that. I would do that because you're taking a total of how much Restore a day right now? How much total Restore you take the other day?
The other day I took 7 doses.
Okay, how big was the dose? What's the total?
They were the full dose. So
a milliliter?
Almost. You took 7.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, I've just gotten to the point
like
where I was trying
spoons?
to measure it out, and I just started pouring it into one of those.
Okay.
4 drops.
All right, so
one dose. She did it 7
do
times.
something sustainable, meaning something you can keep taking, and add that brain and body. Because here's what we learned, okay? Like, and this is why I took us down this path. I noticed that in our first generation, we would have some people get a great result and other people not. And so I said, all that stuff not good enough. We got to make some more. I had a partner at the time. I had a partner at the time. His partner quit. Bevan took the chance. And that led to Restore, and then we brought back the brain and body, which we had a version of before. So now we're diverse enough to account for the fact that one person might respond to a particular thing, another person not. But now with the brain and body, you got a water-soluble side coming with the oil-soluble side together in terms of the origin of these nutrients. And I think that you got to explore that. I definitely feel like it stepped up our game where all the people with cancer concern are involved because there's some things in brain and body that speak to that issue. It's for some people better than just the oil side does. You see what I'm saying? So diversify. Let's get this going.
Okay. Wait,
that would be my advice. And feel free to call. You got Star City special situations like this. So you call customer service and get them in touch with me, or do star 6. Do what you got to do. And
I was tempted to call you the other day, but because I had left a message on the recording in the office, and nobody contacted me. So that was okay. I wasn't whatever. Because I know you guys are crazy busy.
Yeah, that's the only problem. Not because we don't want to do this. Like you can't believe all the stuff that's going on right now. Okay, we got to try to keep up with it.
All right. So the point that I was wanting to ask is I know I've heard people ask the question before, but in this situation where I'm wanting to get so much more in, is it a good point to take the Restore and the brain and body together, or should I wait? Should I? I mean, I don't think
it matters that much. I mean, I do it all kinds of ways. I would take brain and body first, then I take Restore first. But if I wake up later because I want to get it all in there, I take them together, rather than fall behind. In other words, I like spreading it out. I like interspersing the Restore with the Restore with the brain and body. But I don't always have that opportunity, right? I'm broken. I'm up late. I got to deal with the programmers in India. Now I got to get up in the morning and you know what I'm saying? So I'm all over the place.
Can't imagine.
So I got to get it in. That's the most important thing.
Right. Okay. All right, because I'm dealing with things that, I don't know whether, like AFib and different things like that, that I'm so tired of dealing with it, it's like,
I know.
I've got a high blood pressure,
But make the adjustments that we're discussing, and then let's where that takes us, and then let's have a conversation to see what other augmentations we might need to make. But get that brain and body in, okay? And get more of it and do it more consistently. It matters, okay?
Okay. All right. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
So as y'all can see, she wasn't taking the full dose. It's very important that you take the full dose when you say stuff is not working for you, right? She wasn't even taking this.
Screenshot and send it to me. We got to roll.
The Renew Brain and Body.
I got the newest one. We've got new
she had a bundle, but she wasn't even taking the full bundle.
Hey, Roger.
They are formulated to work together.
Yeah, I just want
Hey, Maria.
Just to say, Dale, I want to say to everybody, you got to help your body out. We have fantastic technology, but we really got to make really good advantage of it. So that means you probably need to change your diet. Make sure you're eating healthy, drinking plenty of water, getting your rest, get exercise, because exercising helps to boost and build your mitochondria. But we have to make sure we're not fighting what we're trying to fix. So I just want to encourage everyone, let's just do those common sense things that we learned when we were kids, in health class, that what we need to do. Get your exercise. Go to bed on time. When we go to sleep at night, between the hours of 10 and 2 is when our body is rebooting itself. That's when the liver is doing this thing, the mitochondria, which powers the liver and everything. Everything is working to put you back together because our bodies aren't perfectly capable of taking care of themselves if we get some help. And don't think that, okay, I've been taking this for 2 or 3 weeks and I don't see a result. Well, check yourself. Make sure you do what you need to do. Listen to your body. If you need to boost your dosage, go ahead and do so. And you'll get a good result. So I just wanted to add that.
Thank you, Maria. We're going to end on that note. I want to thank everybody whose voice you heard. What we're doing is so profoundly important, okay? And it's not just for the people who are having brushes with death. It's about people who want to keep them alive, okay? If you want to stay alive, you want to extend your lifespan with your health span, okay? We got to get this out here. Tell that mitochondria story. People will really appreciate it. Dale, you get the last word.
Thank you, Roger. Listen, everybody, think back to what you heard today. Doctors telling people it's over and that not being the truth. It's not over, especially if there's things you haven't done yet to take care of yourself. You all have something incredibly unique. Share today's call. Share the product. Let's go change and save lives. We're the keeper of the flame and the holder of the knowledge. Share it with everybody. We're here to support you. Appreciate you all. We had an incredible week. Looking forward to seeing y'all on Monday. Back to you, Roger.
All right. We'll have this call up within about 30 minutes, okay? See ya.
Okay, y'all. That was an awesome conference call. I hate that we had several technical issues. Again, I switched, I got a new internet service and... Whoo! Yeah, we had a whole lot of technical issues, so I do apologize for that. I will go back and I will watch, and I may have to re-record this episode because there were often times that I glanced over at, because even though what I'm looking at right now, everything looks clear, right? But this does not show me what you're actually seeing on your end. So when I glanced at the TV, and a few times, I did not like what I was seeing. So 9 times out of 10, I am probably going to have to re-record this. Maybe, after a little bit, maybe the signal will be much better. But again, I apologize. Again, I just got got a new internet service, and it just wasn't up to par for today's recording. So again, I apologize. Normally everything is totally clear and everything. Hopefully by Monday everything will be clear. If I get a chance to re-record it before then, then of course just be watching because I recorded on Success on Stephanie as well as Health and Wealth Show with Stephanie, and then we put it over on Facebook as well for people to be able to join us on Facebook. But if you have any questions, feel free to either put it in the comments. You can text at 817-320-2571. Notice I said text, not call. Text, we'll try to get your calls, your texts responded to. If we need to set up a call, we will set up a call with you that works for you and I. Because we have a busy schedule. I can't just, answer every phone call, etc., because that just throws your whole day off. I am a planner. I work on it. I do work on a schedule. Sometimes I do get off my schedule because I do have calls that, throws me off of my schedule, right? But I, will make sure that we get all the questions answered. If you're interested in becoming a customer, which everybody should, whether you're humans or whether you have pets, everybody should be on this because we're building your mitochondria up, right? So it's not a medication. It's not a medication, you guys. Please understand that, because people I had somebody tell me the other day, oh, with the medicine that y'all have, we don't have medicine. This is a food, okay? This is a food. This is a nutraceutical, okay? This helps to build your mitochondria up. Again, mitochondria is the powerhouse of your cells. And once your body, your mitochondria is built up, your body can fix itself from anything. That's the way God designed our body, okay? So you owe it to yourself to get your mitochondria strong. And we hope everybody has a healthy rest of your day. Go get your customer websites today.